Hello, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila Beela, and I'm coming to you with a review of Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 5, Episode 12. So disrespectful. Marceau disrespectful. But anyway, the episode starts out where Marceau is at Black, and he is waiting for Letitia to come in. Apparently, they're having a date day. Instead of a date night, they're having a date day. And according to Marceau, he says that instead of them trying to find a time to have a date night or a date day, they're just trying to put it inside of their everyday schedule. So they're not trying to pick a day, they're just making it happen. However they can make it happen, they just get it in how they can get it in. And so they're there. Tisha comes in looking so pretty. Oh my God, this girl is gorgeous. She came in looking so pretty. Her hair was pretty. Her body was body yada yadaing. She was looking good. I mean, I got to give it to her. And she comes in. She's thinking she's late, but she's not. And the bartender instantly gives her a drink. She high fives him like, yes, this is what bartenders are supposed to do. She asked where Jalen and all them was, and they were talking about Jalen was over cougaring or taming cougars. She brings up Martell, saying word on the street is Martell. He's taming cougars. Of course, she's talking about Sheree. Marceau, he really didn't think that was funny. But, I mean, it was a joke. I could see where she was coming from. I guess it was a little out of taste because you don't want to say that Sheree is a cougar because, honey, Sheree is bad. Body is bad. Face is bad. She banging. However old she is, she got it going on. And I would hope and pray to look as good as she does when I get her age. So, whatever. She is older than Martell, but that's neither here nor there. So she was like, well, that's just the word on the curb. You know, that's what they're saying out there on the YouTube streets. But anyway, so Marceau brings up that, you know, they had the whole dinner with them and inviting them to dinner. And then he brings up the fact that he invited Melody to have a meeting with him. And Tisha was like, why did you invite Melody to have a dinner with you? A meeting with you. And he says, because about the whole situation with Mark and how they talked initially about things on social media. And from Marceau's standpoint, he was just trying to give Melody a heads up on the conversation that he did have with Mark in regards to her mother. And if anything new was to come out on the internet streets, then she would be aware of it. But Tisha wasn't having it. And to be honest, I'm not mad at Tisha. I'm not mad at Tisha at all. Because at the end of the day, Melody is the one that says that Tisha is not her friend. Marceau is not her friend. And if you're having a meeting, a luncheon, or whatever you're having with any woman, if they my enemy, if they my friend, you let me know about it first. You just don't say you're going to do something and tell me minutes before a person comes in. And he tried to be cute. Oh, my assistant scheduled it. I don't care. You still tell me. That's respect. And Marceau, yes, she was being disrespectful. And this is what I didn't like. Because Tisha stood her ground on it. Marceau brought up the fact talking about you sound like a jealous wife. Why did you do that? Because that gives other people ammunition that don't like Tisha to say, yeah, Tisha is jelly. She is jelly. That's why she don't want him meet with Mel because you know Marceau wants Melody. You giving these people ammunition to say this stuff. And she was like, girl, she said, man, it ain't a jealous bone in my body. And I believe it. I do not once ever believe that Letitia is jealous of Melody by far. Letitia is beautiful. She has no reason to be. Period. But when you put stuff out there, that gives people that don't like her reason to just run off with that. And Marceau, you wrong for that. You making your wife feel as if she should just suck it up and do whatever you say do. And just because she has a feeling about it, your feelings are invalid because he's trying to correct the situation. And I wasn't here for it. And she said in her confessional, point blank, period. You wrong. And then he gonna try to say in his confessional, Letitia hears all these rumors about something to the effect of him and he has a crush on Mel, something like that. And it kind of makes her feel a certain way. I don't even think that's it. I just think it's disrespectful for you to have a meeting with a woman and you don't even tell your wife until minutes before she walked through the door. Am I the only one that feel that way? I mean, regardless of if you love or hate Tisha, and a lot of y'all don't like her for whatever reason, I really don't care. But that's just being in a relationship, period. Period. I mean, that's just disrespectful. And then Marcel gonna get all mad and try to tell Letitia, honestly, at that dinner, you and Melody, y'all still have unresolved issues. And she said, exactly. Exactly. If you know that we have unresolved issues, if there is still tension there, that should furthermore let you know that you should tell me what you're doing when you're meeting with her. This lady has said that you've been cheating and all this stuff, and you still gonna sit up here and have a meeting with her and don't tell me? Like, that's crazy, you know? And she said we're cordial, and Marcel gonna try to say, well, you mean to tell me that you can't have friends over that's cordial? She said, no. If I'm cordial with you, that means I have to only see you when I have to see you. And mind you, Mel is the one that said we cordial. We not friends. That's my enemy. I don't even like her like that. Nor you, Marceau, like that. So when it's time for us to get together, we will. Don't be forcing stuff. Just like Melanie got upset when Martell invited them on that trip without telling her, it's the same exact way. And then Marceau gonna try to say, well, it's just like when you invited Martell on a meeting. She said that meeting was about business. Mind you, Marceau, you were the one that talked to Martell first about the business. And Marceau, you the one that told Martell that he has to go through Tisha because Tisha is the majority owner. So no, that's not the same thing. And then at the end of the day, Martell is the one that's trying to befriend us. Melody ain't. She ain't. So I don't even understand what you trying to do. And then he gonna, after he gets up, gets mad, telling Tisha, see, you making this bigger than what it is. He gets up and walk outside the door. And I know they sit up there and hurt Letitia's feelings because it'll hurt mine too. You're not trying to listen to what I'm saying. And I'm glad that Letitia didn't cave. She stood in what she stood and she meant what she meant. And when he walked out, she was like, oh, this dude is just so stupid. He doesn't want to listen to me. And then the producers and the camera people came through or whatever to try to kind of diffuse the situation. And when he walks back in, he tries to be empathetic. But he still was trying to make it seem as if he was doing something right when he was still doing something wrong. And Letitia, she was frustrated and she kind of cried a little bit. But it wasn't like a cry, but she was tearing up because she's like, this man is not listening to me. And regardless of how you feel, I'm not changing the way that I feel. And she said, you know what? I got to go get my kids. I got to go get my kids because you on some other stuff and you sitting up here talking about I'm jealous and you know these cameras are running and you know how they treat me anyway. And for you to throw that out there is disrespectful. You disrespecting me all over the board and you gaslighting her to make her feel like her feelings ain't her feelings. That ain't cool. And then he gonna try to say in the confessional, he's always right about what's the confessional where they at the table. But anyway, he was trying to say he's always right about how he diffused stuff. You ain't right. You not right. You not. And then this is what made you not right. Because after this whole conversation was over, he gonna try to smooth it over. I'm glad you thick, cause all this other stuff, whatever, you can miss me with all that. You was wrong, point blank and period. And you was very disrespectful. So now you have Martell. He is meeting with I forget what the man's name is, but he's meeting with him about, I don't even understand why he even meeting with it. Chris. I don't understand why he meeting with Chris because he is just trying to get a venue. He ain't trying to rent no property out or buy nothing. He just trying to get a venue. But he did say, I guess Chris has an eye for a good venue space. Whatever that means. So they go through the place, they look around, and then after they look at the place, Martell pretty much says that he's not going to get it because it looks like a rustic feel, and he's trying to go for something more elegant. And Then he brings up the fact that him and Melody had went on vacation and he was happy. And Chris was just saying, well, that's good, are y'all getting to a better place? He really didn't go too much into detail. He was just like, it was a good chance for the family to bond and, be around each other and make everybody happy. Pretty much yada, yada, yada. All right. And then he brings up Marceau. And the way that he said it to Chris, as if, Marceau, he was in Florida too, and he came by. He didn't even really say that he invited Marceau over there. He just made it seem like he kind of just dropped in, which was weird. And then this was weird too, because they end up talking to Chris, because Chris said he had some words that he needed to discuss with Marceau. And Martell was like, so what did he say to you wrong? Or what did he say to get up under your skin? What did Marceau say to get up under your skin, Chris? And Chris had brought up the whole deal when they were in Atlanta. And then, the whole picture about Marceau big black back. And Chris said that he was only with Marceau for about 2 hours because Letitia kind of cornered him into saying, what were you doing out there in Atlanta? Because everybody was out here saying that Marceau was cheating on Letitia in Atlanta. Hence the picture comes up. And I don't know if Chris was trying to throw Marceau under the bus or if he was trying to throw Marceau under the bus. Because he was saying, I was only with him for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and that was around 4 o'clock. I went with him the whole night. So I don't really know what he was doing out there in Atlanta outside of me. So I'm like, Chris, what you trying to imply? And had not Martell kind of smoothed it over in his confessional, really it looked like you were saying that Marceau had available hours to be out here laying it low and spreading it wide. Because he went with you the whole time. That's what I got. Is that what y'all got? That's what I got. I don't know. But that's what it looked like to me. But Martell said in his confessional that, Letitia, she's very vulnerable right now. She's hurting. And she hears all these rumors. And she doesn't want them to break up. He doesn't want them to, I guess, break up over those rumors because Tisha will start to fade away the more and more because everybody is really, really hard on Tisha. Everybody. They call her stupid, dumb. She with this man, he cheating on her. Everybody just be hard. She jealous, all this stuff. So it was almost like Martell kind of smoothed it over like, I don't know, like, the rumors, they're just rumors. And he don't want that to divide Tisha and Marceau. But I don't know, Chris, you was kind of making it seem like Marceau was doing something he had no business. Was it just me or was that y'all too? Let me know. Anyway, so now you have this big meeting that between Melody and Marceau. So they sit down, pleasantries. Hey, how you doing? Woo, 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 woo. They try to say, how the kids, the destined, I'll just woo, woo. And so they get in, then he begins to get into, I had a talk with my brother Mark because how he said back over at the dinner with the comeback group or with the six that we would let each other know and all this stuff. But Melody was like, well, did y'all say anything about me? Well, if y'all didn't say nothing about me, then I don't even want to know. And so really, Marceau, Melody made you look stupid. Because Letitia even said, if this ain't got nothing to do with social media, why are you even telling her? And I understand you talking about you trying to get these heads up, but even Melody was like, if you would have told me what this meeting was about before I got there, I would have just declined. I don't want to talk to you about that. She said, I only seen Mark twice in my whole life. And whatever he got going on, I don't want to know. And Martell just like, well, I was just trying to give you a heads up. You should have just left it alone because Melody don't even like you. She don't like your wife. She don't like your mother-in-law. She don't like none of y'all. So why are you even like this conversation? She just sit there and just like, oh, okay. That's all. Oh, she made you look stupid. While you over there trying to gaslight your wife and make her seem like you was trying to do the unthinkable, not even the unthinkable, while you trying to bridge all these gaps. Melody don't want to bridge no gaps with you. So why are you trying so hard? That's what I don't get. I don't understand. Anyway, she made you look stupid. So you just like, oh, well, I was just trying to give you a heads up because what we talked about and this and this. And Melanie was like, oh, okay. Well, he ain't saying nothing about me, so I'm not worried about it. And pretty much we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Because she says she's a responder. And is I'm responding to anything? It anyway, that's what that was. Marcel, you look stupid. Period. All right. So everybody is getting together. Kimmy wanted everybody, the main six, to come together because she's about to get ready to tell everybody her big news, right? So Marceau said that he will cook. And, he's going to cook to give Kimmy a break, because she's been going through chemo. And mind you, just to let y'all know an update, Kimmy had went through her first round of chemo, which is complete. Now she has to go through radiation. So she's 1/3 of the way, almost cancer-free. Prayerfully, she'll be cancer-free after everything. But she's done with her chemo. She rung the bell. So thank you, Jesus, that went well. So now she has to go through radiation. And I've heard that radiation is hard because my mother-in-law had to go through radiation. She said it burns so bad. So, Kimmy, still praying for you. Still praying for you. Okay, so they're there. And when I tell you, again, Tisha slayed. Oh, my God. Tisha hair, gorgeous. Tisha makeup, gorgeous. Tisha's body, gorgeous. Kimmy looked beautiful. These girls, I don't know who do their hairs and yes, they look good, period. So they in there having a good laugh. They're talking, everybody getting together. And then before Melody and Martell gets there, they sit down, they have a conversation about, how they, had the whole trip in Destin and how they met up with Melody and Martell, and they had a pretty good time. They had the couple, the newlywed game. They laughed, they talked. They just had a pretty good time. And then they bring up the fact of, how would you feel because Kimmy said, I have these good days, I have these bad days, and right now I'm having a good day. And, then Marceau said something like, I could kind of understand because, we have good days, bad days, especially a bad day when you make your wife upset. Kimmy says, what did you do? What did you say to Letitia? What did you do to make Letitia upset? Then they bring up the whole deal about, Tisha says, now, if there was somebody that claimed to be your enemy, and you invite them to a meeting without telling them, how would that make you feel? Kimmy said, look, I'm with Kimmy. I don't care if that's my enemy, my friend, whomever. If my husband is doing anything without my knowledge when it pertains to another woman, and you don't let me know, it's a problem. It's disrespectful. Marceau, disrespectful. And then Marceau was like, oh, Lord. Yeah, you were. Period. You were. Dummy. Stupido. So everybody's like, yeah, Marceau, you was wrong. You was wrong. All right. So while they sitting over there, they're laughing, they having a good kiki. And then Martell, he knocks on the door, knock, 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 knock. And they let him in, right? So he comes in, everybody is sitting down, they're laughing. They get straight into it. So, Martell, Letitia, these YouTube streets out here saying that you, now she said, you got these YouTube streets jumping. And Kimmy says, yeah, you out here with Sheree. You out here with Sheree. Martell just looking like, oh, so we getting into it right then? Oh, so that's what we gonna do? Yeah, Martell, everybody know about it. TMZ knows about it. Everybody on the YouTube streets, y'all taking pictures, snap, snap, click, click, smile for the camera, So what is it? And Martell really doesn't want to go into it, probably because Melody is soon to come in, too. So he just said, yeah, we've been talking for a while. Kimmy goes into, how did y'all meet? He really don't want to tell. He's really, tight-lipped about it. And Kimmy said, you know what? I don't care. That's Sheree. I want to see Sheree. Kimmy was kind of coming from a stand perspective, like, Sheree is gorgeous. I want to see her. You talking to her, I want to meet her. Point blank, period. So, as they're talking or whatever, they have, another knock, 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 knock at the door. And it is Melody. Melody come in looking like a Clark sister, with the shoulder pads and everything. She is blessed and highly favored, as she tells everybody she is. So she come in, and for some reason, Martell says that Melody have on all white because it's the 14th year of their anniversary. I highly doubt. I know she knows this is y'all 14th year, but I highly doubt she come in looking like a Clark sister based on y'all 14-year wedding anniversary. She probably just wanted to look nice. She probably just come back from an event. Because I think one of them said, you look like you come from a photo shoot. I don't know which one, but she coming from somewhere. Or maybe she just wanted to look nice coming in for the dinner. So they're all there. They're talking. They're kind of, cordial. Marceau cooked, and Kimmy begins to tell her speech. She begins to say, I wanted to have dinner with the core comeback group, our core group, because there is nothing more special than being with you guys. She said they have been together, for a long time. And I know Marceau brought up the fact that they haven't been together in like 4 years, because that's when they originally started Love and Marriage Huntsville 4 or 5 years ago. 4 years is anyway. I ain't gonna get in the 4th year, the 5th year, whatever. And that's when they originally had their first dinner on camera. I think something like that. And Kimmy is putting her guard down, and she's just saying, we've been through a lot together, and she feels like, she said, I know some of you reached out to me. She said, Melody, of course, reached out, and she wasn't really ready to talk about it right now. And she said, because the last time they seen each other was at the, what was it? The peace dinner? What was it? The Stormy dinner. And, she felt like she wasn't really in a place. She haven't seen a lot of people. And then she tells them that she has been diagnosed with breast cancer. And she said she has went through her round of chemo, and now she has to go through radiation. And the response is shocking because, Letitia and Marceau and of course, Maurice, they already know, but Martell and Melody did not know. Martell instantly gets up. Oh my God. He hugs her. Melody is rubbing her back. And she said, rubbing her on her back. And Melody is like, oh my God, Kimmy, I'm so sorry. Martell says his grandmother, Inez, she ended up dying from cancer. And it was just a very sentimental moment. And she was just so happy that everyone was there for her. They came together for her. And Melody, she teared up. She cried a little. And she was just like, I'm just so happy you all are here. Even though I'm going through this, I have my good days. I have my bad days. And she has some hills to climb. All of her good days outweigh her bad days. But she won't complain, And I wasn't even trying to say that as a song. But that's what she was kind of saying, And I just was like, I'm still praying for Kimmy. And I'm glad that everyone was able to show up for her, and they was just reminiscing back on the times that they had their good days together. They said they know they bicker and complain, but they feel like they could always genuinely get together and be there for each other. And I honestly feel that they all do have those moments where they can quit the bickering and be there. And I believe even if Tisha was going through something that was heartbreaking, I believe all of them would get together and be there for her, because there is a genuine love for all of them. And mind you, I didn't say this part because initially when Melody walked in and sat down, Kimmy asked her how were the kids. And Melody said, the kids are good. And then Martell was like, why you didn't ask me about the kids? They at my house. I get them 7 days, 7 on, 7 off. And of course, Melody was upset because she said in her confessional, me and her and Martell not in the same place, because after they get back, he telling his baby mama that she had the COVID. And that wasn't none of her business. She telling him personal stuff. So yeah, we all know after that trip, that good week, that next day, social media was in a frenzy because Ariane talking, Martell talking, Melody talk. It was just a big old mess. They should have got together and prepped each other on what was going on social media. But anyway, they put all that to the side to come together for Kimmy. And I am happy that they did that. And Kimmy is so grateful. Even in her confessional, she got choked up because she said they came together for me. And I was like, they did, Kimmy. And, they all clank their glasses, their wine glasses. And even though they are all not friends, they are cordial. They were cordial enough to come together for Kimmy. And I love to see them together. I love to see them talking and laughing and just putting their guards down and just having a good time. And that's what I like to see. I mean, we do like the drama. We do like that. But we like to see them. We come together for them, those 6 people, because they are the show. Everybody else, they're extra, But anyway, y'all like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for, if you laughed a little bit, subscribe. If you disagree with me, subscribe. If you don't like me, subscribe. It don't matter. But just subscribe to me, comment. I get down with everybody in the comments, and press the like button, because when you press the like button, it pushes me through the algorithm so other people can view my content. All right, y'all. This is Sheila Beatley. Y'all have a great day. Bye. I know I forgot a lot of stuff. Please charge my head, my heart. Remember, Jesus. Bye.